Okay guys, welcome to the first Warhammer pronunciation guide. As you will quickly realize, this is a very simple video, no fancy animations, ugly background, geeky game master, you will survive. I thought we start with something very simple, the map from the rulebook, and just going through some names, pronouncing them as a German would. Now, to be clear, this is not something where I say you have to pronounce it like this. It's just to give you an idea how it would sound in real German. I will also not try to take away your British or whatever accent you have. I use it myself when playing, because my group, they are all very fluent in English. So if I don't want to translate stuff on the get-go, I just read it out. When there is a longish part that can be read from the book, I simply do so, and then I will mostly not change the pronunciation of names into German, because somehow I find it jarring. For example, if there is Reikland in a text, I will probably pronounce it Reikland, just to keep inside the English language when I do English language. Okay, let's do some names and see where this leads. Starting with the old world map in the upper right corner, we have the Empire, of course. That stays the Empire, or it becomes the Imperium, if you want to use something more fancy. And I just realized my glasses are perfectly unsuited for this. Kislev remains Kislev. Bretonia is probably Bretonia. Tilea, Estalia. Well, Albion stays Albion. Norska. And yeah, I think that's something very different for everyone. Athel Lorraine, Ethel Lauren, do whatever you want with it. Let's concentrate on German names. So let's jump to the map in the other corner. Some provinces. Nordland, and Ostland, Hochland, Middenland, Tallerbeckland, Reikland. You see, there was something I thought about earlier. How do we get rid of the very simple. The always starts with Leave it. If I say Reikland, I start here. Reikland, not there. Or Reikland. Or Rudi. It's Rudi, not Rudy. Rudi. Klumpenkluck. We know what we're talking about, right? Reikland. Stirland. Moodland. Well, yeah, halflings using English language. Moodland, I don't know. Averland. Averland. Yeah, okay. Wissenland probably comes from Wiesenland, like fields of grass, lawn. Oh, what's the word? Fuck it. Wissenland. And that's probably it. Ostermark. Yeah. Okay, now let's go to the huge map with the cities. Now, there are some basics. Dorf. Everything that has Dorf in it is Dorf. Dorf. Everything that has Berg in it is Berg. Like, I'm not sure, like the Berg from How to Train Your Dragon? Yeah, forget about it. Berg. Not Berg. Berg. Berg is a Burg. Castle. Burg. So Castle Wittgenstein is Burg Wittgenstein. But keep the English descriptive names. Just the German names. Yeah, Wittgenstein. Wittgenstein. Stein. Not Steen. Stein. Okay, let's start with Altdorf and then following the Reich. Vielbach, Castle Reichgard. What's very funny, Castle Schloss. Well, castle can mean Schloss or palace, so it's Schloss. Grünburg. Oh, I see. I was thinking about Übersreich, or whatever you call it. Not having those little two dots above the U. Grünburg does have the dots. So Grünburg is definitely Grünburg. Talking about Übersreich, which is how I think most German players would pronounce it. It obviously comes from that strange Uber thing, you know what I'm talking about, where every English person says Uber instead of Über. So I think Übersreich is pronounced Übersreich, not Übersreich, Ubersreich or whatever. It's Übersreich, even if it's missing the two dots. As with everything I'm telling you here, it depends completely on your own opinion how you want to do it. I will do it Übersreich. There are not many German names that are not pronounced as they are spelled, but there are exceptions, and Übersreich is probably one of them. So Übersreich. But let's get back to the Reich area, Grünburg. Diesdorf, Kemperbad. Not bad. It's a bad. It comes from Bath, where you had villages, cities, areas with natural water sources, warm water, springs was the word, where people went to get healed from the water by bathing in it. There are many German cities, villages with the Bad before it. Bad Grund, Bad Iburg, Bad whatever, Bad Dürkheim. Some of them didn't have a bad, so I don't know how they came about, but Bad. It comes from the bath. So it has nothing to do with being a bad city. It's Bad. Camperbad. Camperbad. Ja, Castle von Wittgenstein. Grissenwald and Nullen. I have no idea how you guys usually pronounce it. We pronounce it Nullen, just as it says here. N-U-L-N. Nullen. Sounds a bit silly, but it's okay. I mean, they have canons who wants to discuss this with them. Okay, going up along the Vorbergland. There is Dunkelberg, remember, Berg, Dunkelberg. Then comes Stimmigen, Übersreik, with Holgau and Auerswald in the surrounding area. And Siedlung, Schrappwald, Bögenhafen. Weburg. That's a strange thing, but I guess the German pronunciation would be Weburg, not Weburg, and definitely not Weburg. Helmgard. Eilhart. Holthusen, which is very funny because there's a part of Düsseldorf where I was born has an area that's called Holthausen, which is probably the more correct thing because Hausen is something we have a lot of here in Germany, and but Holthusen is okay, I think, maybe because of and because it's near Wasteland, which has the more Dutch pronunciations. So let's just stay with Holthusen. Schilderheim, Essel, Karoburg. Some other cities coming to mind. Middenheim. It is Middenheim. Not Mittenheim or something. The D's are D's and stay D's. Middenheim. I think that's about it. There are, of course, hundreds more names. If you want something definitely explained, I can do that. The Dwarven names are a thing, they are different matter. They are not German anyway. I can tell you how I would pronounce it. Karak-Ziflin oder Karak-Ziflin, whatever you prefer. Karak-Asgaras. Whatever. That's with the cities and countries and people. That's a completely different area, entering spoiler area, which is why I will do a completely different video about them. I will take the books and go through them book by book with names, with the more important names, of course. But I guess that's it. Maybe we can add some stuff from the Reikland guide in this book, Glorious Reikland. The Hager Crypts, I don't know. The Skag Hills, very funny hills. Vorbergland. Okay, there's one thing. Suden-Vorbergland. Suden is obviously coming from Süden. We have North, South, West, East, Norden, Süden, Westen, Osten. Norden, Süden, Westen, Osten. So it's the southern Vorbergland is not the Süden Vorbergland, sondern it's the südliches Vorbergland oder Südvorbergland, not Süden Vorbergland. But we can pretend it's an old name, it's from some time where people spoke differently, so use it when you're happy with it. Süden Vorbergland. I think I used it in my campaign. We haven't played in a long time because of this whole virus shit thing going on. So yeah, Südvorbergland, südliches Vorbergland, Süden Vorbergland, whatever rocks your boat. Drachenberg, Drachenberg, Drachenfels, Drachenburg, Drachenwald, Drackwald. So that area is covered. The Reik, yeah, Reik. It is Reik. End of discussion, because it's based on the name is based on the German river Rhine. I know you write it differently. We write it with an EI, and it's Rhein. I know because I live practically 300 meters from it. Rhein. So it's Reik. Reikland. Not Rieg or whatever. Thanks Theo for pointing that out in the forum, in the group. Bögen, Grünbergkanal, the Teufel. Teufel. Vorbergland Canals, Weißbruck Canal, Grotscher Marsch, Reiker Marsches, Uland Box. Politics, yeah, the High Lords, Reichsmarschall. I thought about doing something with the whole title thing, because electoral provinces, electors, the old German thing in medieval and late medieval times had a thing which was called Kurfürsten. So something like the Reikland would be Kurfürstentum Reikland, but let's leave that. Titles and stuff, do that however you like. It's a difficult thing. Altdorf, Auerswald, Bögenhafen, Diesburg, Dunkelberg, Eilhard, Grünburg, Holthusen, we already had that. Schädelheim, Schilderheim, Schädelheim und Schilderheim, Stimmingen, Übersreik, Weißbruck, Fribourg, Bastions and Fortresses, Blackstone Tower, Steierlich, haha, Steierlich, Mainer. It's not Stierlich, it's not Steierlich, it's Steierlich. Why? It has the whole Bavarian feeling. Bavarians think they are German, but they use a completely different language as we do. Accent. Nah, it's a different language. And the southern area has a lot of these things, so I think the right pronunciation from the stomach, what my stomach tells me, is Steierlich. Steierlich. Helmgard, the Stone Monastery. Rottfurt, Berlin, yeah, like Berlin, just with an Ö. Zahnstadt, Remember that demon I mentioned in the group called dentist? Because Zahnarzt is the German word for dentist. Yeah, the Loreley. The Loreley is it is based on the Lorelei, which practically does the same in German culture. Yeah, let's stop here. It's long enough as it is. I promised to do some stuff that was mentioned in the group. There was Seestadt for that girl from the woman. I don't know. I don't watch it. From that podcast, you asked me to pronounce that. It's Seestadt, not Seestadt. I don't know. Seestadt. And yeah, the thing with Theo, Käthe, it's Käthe. 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 And I think let's leave it at that for the too early in the morning. Not enough coffee as well. So thank you if you stayed until this point. I think I did terrible, but I meant well. The next time, if there is a next time, I will do names from famous adventures, locations, campaigns, I don't know. I think I will start with the Übersreik guidebook and the adventure book. Then doing some names from Rough Nights and Hard Days. And then doing the whole Lieberung thing. You know what I mean. See you then. Thanks for listening. Oh, there's the camera. Should see you.